Alright, and just like that, it is finished. Is it impractical? Yes. Is it really big? Yes. Was there probably a better way to build it? Absolutely. This thing is what I've built. It should still be pretty and efficient, and it is really cool. It's on like my redstone, it's really simple. On this id right here, we got a hopper clock, which controls this redstone line right here. This redstone line runs all the way through here, powering these rails, which launches off those minecarts. And every so often that clock cycles off, so the minecart has enough time to fill up with items, so it can load that back into these hoppers. And so that line just continues all the way. And then when the power comes off, like you just saw there, it's gonna head all the way back, then lock into position where it can fill up for a little bit. Alright, so up top there we have a chest. And basically that chest, when a player puts items in a chest, hoppers will break it in half if it's pulling like that. Well, half the items go that way, half the items go that way. But if items feed into a chest via hopper, it doesn't do that. It follows a set path, which is why I've had to have this clock installed right here, which periodically turns that hopper off and on every so often, which allows some items to go down here, some to go over there in roughly a 50-50 pattern. Same thing on this side. It's slightly unsymmetrical because this system right here is centered on the room, but these 4 rows are not centered on the room. So that's why it's slightly uneven. And then once it comes out of all those hoppers, once it comes out of all those furnaces, it unloads back into here, comes back around and into these 2 chests. At the moment, that is pretty ugly, but I'm not sure what I can do with it. The only thing I can think of is if I put the chest up on that second floor and then break it up from there and then head it down, but I don't particularly like that. Or the other option is to have the chest be down here, drop a Vader up, then use one of those clocks, which will break the items in half randomly for me. Either way, I'm not particularly happy with either solutions, and I'm not sure what one I'm going to go with. Alright, now and after all that instone mining, I cleared all of this out. It's all flat now, it kind of looks weird. But I've got about 4 shulker boxes and a bit more worth of instone. I think I should be enough to get started on the walls. Alright, so the wall is going to run all along here. So I guess that means the height of the wall needs to go across this entire thing right here. Also means I want to clear out all of this. So, alright, unfortunately, in between this clip and the next one that you're going to see soon, my footage got corrupted, and that was the footage of me digging out the mountain and building the first wall. Cleared that all out, built the wall, used mud bricks and instone bricks, and then laid in some regular instone, but I didn't get any footage of it because it corrupted. I'm sorry about that. Alright, I ended up clearing all of this out as well, which, you know, ran across the stone a little bit further using the beacon. That side's all cleared out. And then I put the wall in between. Here's the basic design. I think I'm going to do a little bit more editing to it. So right now we've gotten the mud bricks with the instone bricks. And I also mixed in some instone, like, to make it look like it deteriorated. I really like it, actually. It looks very good for a non-stone brick style wall. But this only walls in this portion. And this mountain's over here. This mountain, this like hill thing. If you go around here, there's this massive wall. And if you can tell by the way I laid out the instone, I'm going to be doing it at diagonal. Don't build at diagonals often, and I really want to try this here. I'm hoping this will help me get better at it, and I think I don't have to clear out too much. I just have to like lower that a little bit mainly. And then maybe lower this a little bit and cover that up. Alright, now I got this entire wall done on this side, meaning that now this entire area is pretty much all locked in. However, on the inside, it looks far worse. It just looks like a big in-stone wall. So I'm basically going to put 3 birch planks out, then replicate the same exact design. The diagonals were a little tricky. I had to kind of, I guess, like you call it cheat by like changing the design a little bit. It's more thicker. It's 2 instead of like the 1 before straight across diagonal. But that was pretty much required to get the stairs cases. And basically without those, it didn't look as good. But now with the stairs in and the windows, it looks really solid. It looks exactly like a diagonal version of this. If we go over here, we can see the straight design. And bam, there it is. Like always, I layered in the in-stone on this side. You can see it like there and there and there. And then over here, same exact idea. You see in-stone all over here and all over the place. I actually think I prefer the diagonal wall because it looks a lot more natural. Because I only had to clear out that area and that area. On this side, I had to clear out a lot more area. Like all of this is gone, so it just looks like it's been put into place. The only other thing I need to worry about now is I could probably use a gate. I'm thinking right here. And then, of course, one on the opposite side over here, dead center. But I'll worry about that later. For right now, I need to take some birch wood, lay that all across the top here, and then replicate the design on the other side so I actually have the wall, not just this facade. Alright, and now it's done. We got both sides of the walls done. And so now it's no longer a facade, it actually looks like a wall, and it actually looks really good from this side. I'm overall really happy with this. I think it looks really good. I like the wall design, it looks nice and secure, and it's something different than your like standard stone brick wall. I think that's one of the reasons why I like it so much. But I'd like to know what you guys think in the comments. You know, let me know, that'd be kind of cool. Or any suggestions or anything. Next thing we do is begin prepping what I want to build up here. Think about drawing the outline and netherrack first. Getting this layout design is a lot harder than I thought it was because it's going to be a lot of diagonals, and now I'm just sat here thinking about how I want all these shapes to be, especially with my uneven shape of this hill right here. Alright, and here we are. This layout took me a very long time to work on. I took some inspiration from some other sources and I eventually came up with this. And we're going to be working on this as a new star fort right here to help defend what eventually will be the center of the city. But that's for another episode. Because at the moment we are currently completely out of time and this episode is way delayed, so yeah. We need to get this out and have to leave that for the future. But if you guys enjoyed, please consider liking and subscribing. Of course, as always, leaving a comment is very much appreciated. I do read all of them, even though we get maybe like 6 a video. All 6 are very much appreciated, so go ahead and leave a comment below. And I'll see you guys next time.